So... the Inferno's trying, but unfortunately, J-Bach, with one of the new items, this Titanic Hydra on the Maokai here. Maokai a little different than his Fates iteration. In this version, every time Maokai gets hit, he heals on his next auto. So it has very high HP and very tanky. Alright, so Whitrock at least did clear off his bench, giving himself much more space here. Now you'll notice Shadow is a 2-4 actually, so I didn't even notice. He's got 3 Inferno, 2 Shadow. A lot of offensive power here. Those are both very offensive traits. Unfortunately, doesn't have much on the defensive side. Another thing to note, by the way, is the Fire Hex that Malzahar is standing in does consume one of his item slots. So unfortunately, if he wants to stick with that, you know, he'll have to be running a 2-item Malzahar instead of a 3-item Malzahar. So. Alright, let's see what he gets here. Got some pretty good items. Does decide to pre-level here. I imagine he'll put in the Scion, giving him a strong Shadow Inferno comp. J-Bach, again, our live balance designer, in first place right now, doing very well. So, alright, not much in the shop to really help Whitrock here, but I think he's really got to slam some of his items if he's going to have any shot of winning this. Alex hits a 3-star Diana. This Diana is a reprint of the Fates Diana. It's an assassin with different traits this time, Inferno instead of Spirit. But still does the spell where you shoot around. So, Whitrock sort of struggling with his items here. Goes with the Morello, and is he going to go with Hodge or is he going to go with Shojin? What's he looking at here? Decides for nothing right now. He's lucky that his opponent, Jordan Anton, also isn't really slamming items. And that's the thing with these playtests. Sometimes you're testing a particular feature. Ooh, Jordan with the early Olaf, you can see there. Olaf is back from Fates. Again, different traits, but a very powerful 4 cost. So. Alright, again, really expecting Whitrock to slam his items here. This Malzahar really carrying him. Not, you know, not going to say I'm biased or anything, but Malzahar is such a fun champion. So, oh, and you'll notice, by the way, a second Fire Hex has appeared now. Where they appear is a little bit different, so... But now he's going to opt to give that Fire Hex power to Diana. Alright, come on, you got to slam your items here. Alright, Linda seems to be going... Linda does have a Varus and Inferno comp, but again, just doesn't quite live up to the power of that Malzahar. That Malzahar is doing a ton of damage with the power of that Fire Hex. If Whitrock can get one more Shadow champion, that'll be a big upgrade as well. Being able to run 4 Shadow. And again, you can see some other things in the shop here. Poison. Poison is a trait very similar to Mono Reaver from Galaxies, or like Shroud, where it'll actually make the next spell much harder to cast. So Poison's a pretty cool new trait we're adding. Whitrock now in first place. J-Bach lost his win streak here. Whitrock playing very greedy here. Hasn't leveled by 3-3 at this point, so... Opts to use the Giant Slayer on Kindred. That can be some good amount of power. But kind of leaving this tier on Malzahar feels like a big misplay. And here's Alex with the 3-star Diana. You'll notice we've also changed Assassin jumping back to set 1 style. So the Assassins there kind of jump to the back line, to the opposite space. Allows for some more positioning plays here. Fortunately, Whitrock loses his win streak also here. So Alex with that 3-star Diana doing very well. Kind of reminiscent of Fates if you think about it, with all the Diana Spirit comps we're seeing right now. So. Alright, what's he gonna go for? How's S. Mortimer doing? Oh, up to 5th place. I can live with that. Alright, gets a 2nd tier. Is he gonna blue buff Malzahar? That seems like a bad play. Malzahar is a very high mana cost. But we'll see. We'll see what Whitrock does here. Ooh, hits the Kindred. And the 2-star Zyra, that's very powerful. Yep, is going to go with blue buff, which, by the way, we have changed to Seraph's Embrace. So it basically works very similar to blue buff, except you're actually allowed to have more than one of them now. So that may change things here. Now, the other thing Whitrock's done here is he's activated 3 Summoner. 3 Summoner allows the Summoners to have more health and duration on their summons. So now Zyra, Malzahar, and Azir are all going to have more powerful summons. And again, this Malzahar is kind of carrying him. So... Also, the Malzahar does proc Morellos on his minions, but oof! That damage from Brand. Not quite enough, though. Gets a second cast on Malzahar and manages to take down Jeevan. You see Brand there that Jeevan had. Brand is one of our 4 costs. Can do a lot of damage. But we think that spell will be very easy to balance, so we're kind of happy to see that. Again, you can see Olaf here, back from Fates. This Nasus might look very similar to the Fates Nasus, but has a very different spell, where he grows and does AoE damage. Very different than the single target slow of Siphon or Nasus from Fates. So, yeah, some differences in Reckoning, some things that are changed. Alright, now we're starting to hit some tough points here. J-Bach running Mystic. Looks like Mystic Rangers. Mystic is back. Also Rangers, if you remember them from set 1. Rangers can do a lot of power. This Ashe is actually a reprint of Fate's Ashe as well. So, definitely some reprints from Fates here. Some familiarity you should be happy to see. You should be happy to have come back. Ooh, another Malzahar and a Yorick. Yorick is a new 4-cost summoner, very powerful. When he casts his spell, his allies get a buff, and if his allies die with that buff, they become ghouls, which are pretty powerful by themselves, almost like a free 2-cost unit. So instantly switches to that Yorick. Now, if this was like live, we would expect people to kind of level up here. S. Mortimer, level 7, with a 4 Ranger comp on a hot streak. Coming back. I hear that guy's pretty good. Ooh, Gold Orb gets a Spatula. Spatula, a bunch of new options this time. We'll have to see which one Witty goes with. I don't think Witty sees the orb beneath that Fire Hex. That's probably something we'll have to clean up before we ship to live. There are some bugs with our items in graphics order there. He really doesn't see that item under the Malzahar. Debating running 2 Malzahars, which is better than a 1-star Scion probably here. So some good plays there. Let's see if he ever notices that orb, though. Alright, we're up against Jordan Anton. Jordan Anton already with a 2-star Olaf. And you can see this Berserker trait allows him to just jump right in and get going. And once he turns on, just like Fates, there's his attack with a big cleave. But, again, still can't quite stand up to the power of the Shadow Burst there. It's going to be really close here. Mundo is back. Does some pretty good... He's a pretty good tank. You also notice we brought back Swordbreaker. Swordbreaker is back from set 1. We think it has some interesting play choices here. Ooh, 7 Malzahars. This is Whitrock is playing after by heart here. You love to see it. Oh, finally sees the item orb. Alright, what can he make with that spatula here? We have a Glacial Spatula. Not really running Glacial, so I don't think that's going to help him. Not leveling to 7 here feels very greedy, though. Is he actually going to roll? Is he going to roll for that 3-star Malzahar? Alright, another Berserker comp on the other side from Giovanni. Giovanni was the set lead for Fates, by the way. Did a really good job with that set. Now is working on set 6. But still helps out with our playtest. Ooh, and destroys Whitrock. Whitrock getting punished for his greed, not leveling here. Yeah, we're pretty excited for this to go to PB, so I hope you guys are excited to play some Reckoning. Really hoarding all this gold and finally deciding to roll down a bit. I guess he really wants that 3-star Malzahar. Grabs Vagar. Vagar is a little closer to his set 1 iteration than his Fates iteration, where he now shoots a spell that will delete a champion of a smaller star level. So, and now he's got Foreshadow, so if Ritrock wants, he could opt into that Foreshadow power. Puts a single belt on Yorick. Yorick does get a cast off, so there we can see some of his ghouls. Ooh, but on the other side we can see Annie. Annie went from a 2-cost to a 4-cost, and now summons Tibbers, who's a really powerful tank. Kind of a nice off-tank. So Alex's Inferno comp is doing a lot of work here. By the way, I do have to point out S. Mortimer down to 49 health. Very sad. You can see with player damage right now, it's a pretty aggressive lobby. Giovanni and Linda both almost out. So that's a little scary for them. We're starting to get to the point where you can see 5 costs on the carousel. There's a 5-cost Zed, as well as a 5-cost Nami, so those will be pretty cool. Hopefully we get to see some of that in action, because I can't wait for you guys to see what 5-cost Zed can do. It's pretty crazy. Never been anything like this Zed. It's not a reprint. Alright, Whitrock's deciding to level up, reach 7. It's got those 7 Malzahars. Doesn't realize he's got a Nocturne in. There you go. Alright, so now he has 4 Shadow, 3 Inferno, 3 Summoner. Very good trait here. Ooh, 8 Malzahars, and hits an Annie Summoner. Annie is probably better than the Zyra here by a significant margin. Let's see if he makes that swap, or just get rid of the Diana. That Diana is a 1-cost assassin, not doing any favors. There we go. Definitely want to get that in. Now with that, doing a lot of damage, and that might be the end of Linda. Oof, Linda out at 4-4. Rough break. And Giovanni out. Oof. Alright, Malphite you can see here is a 4-cost, kind of like Sejuani, can AoE a big section and do a lot of CC. So, but Alex still win streaking off that Diana, so who knows, maybe when it goes to PvE it'll be very similar to Live, where you need to run those early Dianas and get that early strong start. Ooh, 2 stars the Vagar, pretty good. If you can just get that one more Malzahar. So far not hitting it though. Alright, we're up against Jeevan. Jeevan appears to be running the Mage comp with this brand. This 4-cost brand can do a lot of work. Let's see if it casts though. Because oftentimes the challenge with this brand right now is he's very hard to cast, but once he does, there it goes, and that's a lot of damage from that brand. Oh, but are the Zyra plants going to win it? Woo, that was close. One of the things about Zyra is she can give you a nice comeback here. So, and again, a lot of this is still in progress, so hopefully we may make some changes before it goes to PvE. Hits a 5-cost Taric. Taric is very powerful. Kind of like Kindred from set 1, can make your team invincible for a short time. But I'm not sure it fits into this comp, so we'll have to see what Ritrock decides to do here. Alright. Hopefully we can finally convince Ritrock here to slam his item, so. Alright, gets a decent chunk of items. What's he gonna go for? Has some good options here. Again, I think he really wants that 3-star Malzahar. Is he gonna go for the 3rd item? So this is a clever play here, by the way, where he's taking Malzahar off the Hex in order to give him a 3rd item. So, you'll also notice 4 costs are appearing a little more often. Oh, double Seraphs. So there you go. Unlike blue buff, you can run double Seraphs. Oh, hits the Summoner Zed. This is really good, because now he's really close to 6 Summoner. And if he can hit that, that'll be very powerful. Hits the 2-star Yorick. Yeah, I think at this point, you really want to get that 6 Summoner in, because 6 Summoner is very powerful. It's one of our big verticals. It does make the board a little crazy with everything going on, but still can't quite beat Alex's high roll Inferno comp here. Doing very well. Whew. Oh, and there's the Malzahar. By the way, during this playtest, we were bugged a little bit, so those markers that show you like you 3-starred something, they'll be back. But they were bugged for this playtest, so... Now that he hit the Malzahar, he's definitely going to want to level here and try to get in that 6 summoner. Yep, maybe time to use your items here. Got a light spatula, that's not particularly helpful. Goes with the Bloodthirster. Not really a great choice here, since Kindred is a lot of magic damage, but... And then a spare Assassin Spat, which doesn't really help him. So, we'll see how it plays out, though. J-Bach looking to be running a Ranger comp, but unfortunately the shadow damage appears to be just a bit too much and blows up the team very quickly. Pace of combat right now is a little high. We may tune this down before it goes live, but there's a lot going on in this combat, so we'll have to keep an eye on that before it goes live. Alright. Hits another Annie. 3-star Annie would be really good. There's a lot of power in that, but is he actually going to chase that? It's pretty dangerous. I think the play here should be leveling up, but ooh, Alex at the top hits a 2-star Zed. Remember, Zed is a 5-cost now, very powerful. Creates clones of himself, so that's pretty cool to see. Alright, playtest's getting a little tight. Jeevan and J-Bach on the back burner here. We're up against Jeevan, who, again, has that mage comp with that very powerful brand. Last time we saw it. Ooh, but dies very quickly here. Here comes the spell. A lot of damage. Oh, can't quite kill the Annie, though, and the Tibbers is going to win that. Woo. A lot of damage there. Alright, so here you can see some of the items. There's actually a Force of Nature on the carousel. That's pretty crazy. You'll also notice that Hush is back. We brought back Hush from set 1. We're really trying to appeal to some of the retro audience here. Bring back some of those set 1 items. So... what did Whitrock get? Whitrock went with Gunblade. Interesting. Interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out. So we're starting to hit the end of the game here. And again, let's see if Whitrock can get in that 6 summoner. I think he's really got to level up here. Alright, you can kind of get a view of some of the other comps. There's a Poison comp out there, a Berserker comp. Alex still dominating with his Inferno comp with that Diana, but we would also expect Diana to start falling off right about now. Doesn't quite have the same power as Fates with the Spirit buff. So here again, we see Jordan Anton with that really powerful Olaf running the 6th Berserker comp. Gives them a lot of cleave damage, which will go really well into the Malzahar. But unfortunately not quite enough. Olaf just now cast, so isn't going to quite make it, and that's going to beat Jordan Anton. Jordan Anton helped us a lot, but was helping us with this playtest. He's on the Valorant team now. So that's pretty cool to see. Oh, I just noticed he switched the Vhagar for the Master Yi. Master Yi is also a 5-cost in this set. Can do a lot of damage if you ignore him. Again, staying level 7 though. Whitrock playing it very dangerous here. Don't agree with this play here, so we'll have to see how it plays out for Whitrock. You also notice some of our gold costs have changed. We're still experimenting with these, but might be something to keep an eye on. Alright, J-Box Ranger comp with Wardens. Pretty standard frontline, backline comp. Does a lot of damage though, and Whitrock not running a lot of good frontline. It's going to be really close here. Can the summons do it? Malzahar doing his best. Nope. J-Box Rangers coming up. Hopefully Whitrock doesn't die with 70 gold here. That would be pretty embarrassing. Gets a Swordbreaker. Not a great user here. Not a great item off the dragon. You'll notice instead of, we've changed minions now. We've got the dragons. And you can see the fire dragon here matches the fire hexes. J-Bach getting an Inferno Spatula. That's pretty good. Alex is starting to drop off. J-Bach hanging in with 1 health. Jeevan at 7. We'll have to see how it goes here. It's funny, the dragon can do some decent AoE damage, but as with most PvE things, not really a threat. We didn't change too much here. So, All right, 81 gold. Come on, Whitrock. You've got to level at this point. There you go. Already has 52 gold. Not that far off of level 8, which right now is tuned at 66 gold. Decides to put in 2 Mystic. I think the play here is try to clear that bench and try to level up as quickly as possible. Alright, where's the Swordbreaker going to go? He has no idea. Alright, that 3-star Vlad with Swordbreaker, not too big a threat. Again, this is Jeevan's brand. We'll have to see how that brand does. When it casts, it does so much damage. There it is. And oh, Malzahar's already dead. Kindred trying the best, but nope. Jeevan's staying alive. Whitrock at 9 health. I think this turn we're going to see a level up. There you go. All the way to 9. Are we going to see the 6th Summoner? I think we have to here. Get rid of the Janna. There you go. 6th Summoner. Very powerful. Very close game here. Alex is starting to drop off. Just hit level 9. Oh, you can see an Electric Lux. Lux is a 7 cost in this set. Lux is a very powerful champion. We'll have to save that for another conversation. I don't think we're ready to reveal quite what Lux does yet, so kind of hoping that wasn't in this video. Alright, there's Alex's Inferno comp.
Qué pedo.
Hoy peleamos en contra y mañana Parece que Bristle tiene hambre hoy.
No, puros para.